Oh, it's great to be back in Las Vegas, here inside the Mandalay Bay Event Center for this welterweight fight. Here inside the octagon, a world-class striker, Stephen Thompson, would like nothing more than to replicate that success in mixed martial arts. Tonight, he makes his UFC debut against Dan Stitchin. Unbeaten in over 50 kickboxing matches, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson was one of the most decorated competitors that sport had seen in recent years. But when the Kempo karate expert decided he was ready for a new challenge, he migrated to mixed martial arts, where he is now 5-0 with 2 knockouts and 1 submission. Top Chicago prospect Dan Stitchin may have gotten a late start in MMA, but in just 3 years as a pro, the 31-year-old has fought his way into the UFC, where he hopes to use his diverse submission game to make Thompson tap out tonight. Our tale of the tape. Stitchin is 31, 3 years older than Thompson. Wonderboy will have a 4-inch reach advantage. Here is the veteran voice of the octagon, Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Josh Rosenthal.
Josh Rosenthal, our referee. The beautiful Ariani. Shondella, Brittany, great to be here. Mandalay Bay Event Center. Dan Stitchin and Stephen Thompson. And here we go. Wonderboy in the black trunks, white and black trunks, being sported by Dan Stitchin. The leg kick thrown early. Stephen Thompson holds his hands low, Joe.
Very low, very low. But one of the weird things about that is that his punches come from angles that you don't see. It's not the best style if you're facing a great striker, especially a guy with great hands. You would want to keep your hands up high and tight, and there's a reason why people hold their hands like that. But his techniques come from very odd angles. See, there's that front leg, Mike, that I talked about. And note, though, that he's throwing that with the right leg. So he will switch, like a lot of karate guys, will switch back and forth from orthodox to southpaw. But Dan Stitchin is going to have a hard time dealing with this front leg.
And from the angle in which he's standing against his opponent,
totally sideways.
Yes, totally sideways, and so that makes it a little bit, it doesn't make it impossible, but it makes it a little bit more challenging to get the takedown because you're not square in front of your opponent to shoot for the hips.
Yeah, well, Stitchin also should be able to see when Thompson adjusts his stance, and that's when techniques will come off the back leg. When he moves his right leg, or whichever one is in back as he's attacking, if he moves it slightly offline and not sideways completely, then you know he's going to be able to throw those techniques off the back leg. But as he stands completely sideways, only the front leg is available to attack with. And that's something to consider. Right now, Stitchin is sort of frozen in front of him, not knowing exactly how to deal with this style.
Well, haven't we said that many times with some guy named Lyoto Machida? You know, you come in with such a unique style that you cannot get a training partner to replicate, and it makes it very difficult to find a way to make things work. I mean, Stitchin basically there, he just put his head down and just tried to grab onto Stephen Thompson.
The difference between Thompson and Machida, though, is that front leg attack. And Machida, although he has all the techniques in karate that are available, he does not have the sort of front leg diversity that Thompson has.
And that said, let us not compare a young 28-year-old who is 5-0 as a mixed martial artist to the former UFC light heavyweight champion Lyoto Machida. The big comparison is that their fathers were both karate masters and they started training karate at a young age.
And actually, both of them were very successful as amateur karate fighters before they entered into MMA.
I mean, the accomplishments in the karate world and in the kickboxing world of Stephen Thompson basically took up half the page of his bio.
Right now, Dan Stitchin is attempting to kickbox with Stephen Thompson. He's only made one run at taking him down, and he's just getting lit up here.
Well, and that's what I had said right as they were walking in, Joe. Stitchin does not want to give time and space to Stephen Thompson. Not only the fact that he's a much better striker than Stitchin is, but also the fact that Thompson has the reach advantage.
Reach advantage, speed advantage.
Striking-wise, a huge experience advantage. And the combination again, it ends with the head kick.
He doesn't have enough steam on him. Let's go, Steve.
So far, Thompson looks very relaxed in there, looks calm, finding his rhythm and his distance, and Stitchin looks very awkward. Stitchin lands a nice right leg kick.
Now that said, as much as we've talked about Stephen Thompson, he has done very little damage to Dan Stitchin here in the first round.
You're comfortable. You're good. You got the rhythm. Let's go. Yes.
As unorthodox as it is, if he works his way up to the higher level of talent and the
That's
that. How good was that? Well, he will work his way up to the higher level of talent.
And that's what that young man has. It's very unusual. His incredible leg dexterity and kicking technique. And what he did there, I believe, we're going to take a look at it in the replay, but I believe he faked low and then went high. A classic karate technique. Let's watch it. Yup. Right over the shoulder, Mike, so he didn't see it coming. Dan Stitchin had no idea that kick was on the way because the way that Stephen Thompson placed it, it was blind to him until it came over the shoulder and then landed on the face. Really a beautiful, beautiful attack by Stephen Thompson. And this is what we expected from this young man, and this is what he delivered. A very exciting new entry into the UFC.
That is what we call a highlight reel knockout for Wonder Boy Stephen Thompson, who is now 6-0 as a professional mixed martial artist with the official decision. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Josh Rosenthal has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 13 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
Winner by knockout. Here's Joe.
All right, I'm here with Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Listen, man, we've been hearing a lot about you from the karate world for a long time, and this entry here tonight into the UFC came with a lot of pressure, I'm sure, but boy, did you deliver. How's it feel now?
Man, I mean, no words can really describe it, you know? I mean, this is the real deal. This is UFC. This is the best promotion in the world. I'm glad to be here, and I want to thank, Lord Jesus Christ for dying for our sins and everybody who helped me get here. So, thank you guys.
Well, let's take a look at the knockout. You came into this fight with an undefeated karate and kickboxing record, and that shows the skills right there. That high roundhouse kick, you brought it over the shoulder. He didn't even see it coming until it was too late.
Yeah, I mean, those lead leg round kicks, if you develop them, I mean, we use that a lot in karate, but you develop, they can pack a lot of power, and people don't see them.
They don't see them, and it's very unusual. Congratulations. Can't wait to see you again. Stephen Thompson, ladies and gentlemen.
Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, victorious by knockout in his UFC debut. At just 22 years old, Michael Kuiper is the owner of some solid MMA credentials, and he'll need to put them all on display tonight to earn a victory against Rafael Natal. A versatile competitor who owns a black belt in judo and a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, the Netherlands' Michael Kuiper also has some significant striking power, as he's finished 6 of his last 8 opponents by knockout. The ability to end fights early in exciting fashion has garnered a good amount of buzz for the 22-year-old middleweight prospect. But tonight, he will be facing an equally dangerous opponent in Rafael Natal, a well-rounded veteran who is comfortable wherever the fight goes, and one who also holds an edge in octagon experience, making this an intriguing matchup that fight fans won't want to miss. Our tale of the tape. The UFC veteran, 7 years the elder of the UFC newcomer, the Brazilian will have a 4-inch reach advantage. Here's Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Steve Mazzagatti.
Steve Mazzagatti, our referee. Michael Kuiper from the Netherlands against the Brazilian now fighting out of Manhattan, Rafael Natal. And here we go, black trunks for Sapo. Rafael Natal, white trunks for the Dutch kickboxer with the great judo background, Michael Kuiper.
just clashed shin to shin on the first strike attempted there.
Sapo moving to the southpaw
Big
stance.
takedown. Full mount, look at that.
Snuck out.
Kuiper snuck out the back door and up to his feet, but he's in a standing guillotine, and he's out of that as well. Obviously, you can see Kuiper has a good ground game. Right away, you saw that. And that is that judo and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background that he has.
Purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, black belt in judo, two-time judo champion. 6 wins by knockout, 4 wins by submission. He's only gone the distance once. He is 11-0. He is Michael Kuiper, inside leg kick. Quick pace by Natal early here, Joe.
Yeah, he really telegraphed that last takedown attempt there.
Tried to set it up with the inside leg kick, but Kuiper wasn't buying it. Southpaw stance again for Natal.
Well, you could see just by the way Kuiper moves, a well-trained kickboxer, really solid technique with the striking.
Gets taken down.
Brutal takedown. Actually took out one of our monitors. Natal working very hard here to try to maintain this position. And Kuiper back up briefly, now in full guard. Kuiper trying to attack with a Kimura on the left arm. Interesting that he chooses to try to attack from the bottom and not just try to get up.
Well, it will be difficult to submit Rafael Natal, high-level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
Yeah, Kuiper continuing to turn towards the left arm of Natal, but man, catching that guy with Kimura is going to be really difficult. Kuiper back up to his feet, very nicely done. And Natal with a good body lock on him, double underhooks here. Look at that, Kuiper underhooks, pummels, and he gets it back to his feet.
Yeah, and you know what Kuiper did nicely there is he scooted his way back towards the cage, Joe, and then he utilized the fence to wall walk. Unfortunately, he gets taken right back down, and now in half guard is Rafael Natal.
Well, Kuiper ran out of room there. He was doing a good job defending, but Natal slowly closed in on him and got him up to the cage where he couldn't sprawl anymore. Really relentless takedowns by Natal.
Yeah, Rafael 4 of 6 in his takedown attempts here in the first round, so outstanding efficiency with his takedowns here in the first round, Rafael Natal.
Now, if you see Natal's left leg is stuck in between the 2 legs of Kuiper, and he's going to utilize his right leg to pin down the left leg of Kuiper and free himself so he can pop that leg out. He's back up to his feet, standing guillotine again, drops down for a takedown one more time. Kuiper's got some very solid takedown defense. He's really making Natal work for it.
Last 3 victories for Kuiper have come by knockout. But he really held the right hand by Natal, and another takedown.
Wow.
That's his 5th takedown here in round 1.
Yeah, Natal very aggressive with his takedowns here. And again, stuck in the half guard of Kuiper. This time he's got head and arm control, Mike. It seems like he's really working a lot harder this takedown to try to pin Kuiper down to the mat and hold him in position. He's slowly trying to work an arm triangle on the right arm of Kuiper, and now he's trying to free his left leg. Note how he's pushing down with his right shin and instep, pressing down on the thighs of Kuiper, trying to free up that right leg. That right leg and the control of that right leg is the only thing that really is keeping Michael Kuiper in a defensive position. Look at that, escape. Oh, but he left his arm out there. Almost got caught in an armbar there, but good defense.
And a couple of nice shots from top position for Michael Kuiper.
Full guard here. And Natal, note, Mike, how he's holding down on the right arm of Kuiper. Natal will attempt to attack, and he spins it. Armbar attempt here. Looks like it's a little too far out. It's past the elbow. I don't think, unless he can adjust and pull Kuiper in. He adjusted. Nope, now it's
15
past.
seconds, and now Kuiper's out.
Hammer fist by Kuiper.
Well, when Kuiper gets a little bit of space with the ground and pound, he's throwing.
Well, you know, as we said when Kuiper came in here, he's well-rounded, and we're seeing that now.
Swing and a miss. Final seconds of round number 1.
Balde. Rominho, balde.
Hij raakt gefrustreerd van het feit dat jij overrent bent. Maak dat
Tranquilaço.
Begrijp je wat ik bedoel? Maar zorg dat als je iets meer beweegt.
Rominho, ó, sabe? Tranquilaço, luta fácil, derruba o
You're doing good. It's an easy fight. You can take him down all day.
Então, ó, te falei da barrigada.
Just pay attention when he moves from the bottom.
Só isso, quando derrubar,
Pay attention with that.
vamos deixar ele não levantar.
And don't let him get back up.
Ele tá cansado
If you
já.
take him down, don't let him get back up because he's getting tired.
Você vai bater pouco com a cotovelada de direita.
So throw a few elbows.
Je stoot, dan pas kom je naar voren.
Goed Adem. Hij is moe, hè? Hij is ook moe, hè? Dat gaat goed, jongen. Hey, 102. Kom, pak hem, hè.
Joe, the good news in round one for Rafael Natal is that he scored 5 takedowns. The bad news is Kuiper was able to get back up 3 times.
He got back up and he defended every position on the ground very well, but Natal relentless with his takedowns, and that was the story of that first round.
Nice kick by Kuiper.
I love how Kuiper stays right in front of Natal as Natal is throwing those punches and just slightly slides out of range. Natal using far more energy, Mike, in these striking exchanges than Kuiper because of Kuiper's excellent technique. Kuiper much more relaxed, whereas Natal is very, very tense and constantly exploding and moving and trying to get away. See how
he's caught there, yeah.
See how when he moves in, he's really throwing his whole body up and back and forth. And it's a lot of energy, whereas Kuiper keeps his hands up tight, very efficient in his movement, only gets out of the way as much as he needs to.
A lot of energy, Joe, and also he throws with so much that he ends up taking himself off balance, and that's when he got countered a couple of times by Kuiper.
Yes, and the adjustment of getting thrown off balance and then having to balance yourself out, it's a lot of energy to use up.
Especially when you get hit twice in the face on the way back to getting yourself on balance.
And Kuiper is starting to get on him, Mike, here. Oh,
nice
Natal with a couple of
combination
good
by
shots.
Natal.
Duwen en stoot en trappen, Michael, kom op! Duwen en trappen!
Wegduwen,
Weg daar!
afstand.
Weg daar! Weg daar, Michael, niet wachten!
Oh, big right hand. And another.
Man, I'll tell you what, Kuiper can take a shot because he took that one right on the chin.
Watch out for the neck.
Yeah, Kuiper not even really attempting that. You notice his hands aren't clasped together. He's just kind of holding the position there, and then he uses it as an underhook.
And a lot of times a fighter will use that for control.
Yeah, and you know, when you get in there with a guy like Natal, a lot of times it's not worth the energy to try to submit him.
Right.
You go, unless it's absolutely perfect and you're completely confident in your skills. But sometimes, you know, it's like you get a guy like that in a guillotine and just kind of laughs at you.
11-0 as a mixed martial artist, Michael Kuiper, fighting in the United States for the first time and making his UFC debut against Rafael Natal. Born in Brazil, training in New York City now, looking for a takedown and another combination, and it ends with the left hand. Not a successful takedown scored thus far here in the second round for Natal, after he had 5 takedowns in round 1. Nice teep.
Natal's style is very taxing, Mike, and you see that. He's already breathing heavy, his mouth is wide open.
You can see that perfect example of what you just talked about was the way he threw that right hand.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's like his arm weighs 150 pounds and he's just trying to get it up and throw it down, and man, he's tired for doing it. And then with Kuiper, it's pop, 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 pop.
Yeah. Well, Natal's technique is definitely improving, you know, under the tutelage of Phil Nurse. And you really can see it's better than his first Octagon performances, but make no mistake about it, he really is a grappler at heart.
That said, both men have scored about the same amount of significant strikes.
And Kuiper's this one, wading forward now. Stuffs that takedown.
Nice uppercut. They worked in the clinch, and it was Kuiper with the dirty boxing.
Good right hand by Natal.
Natal's utilizing a lot of effort, but he's also landing a lot.
He's working. You know, he's working. Clearly he had the advantage in that first round with all those takedowns.
And here in the second round, both men have been able to deliver and connect on their strikes. Nice backhand by Rafael Natal. Looking for a takedown. Didn't even try for it. Under a minute on the clock here in round 2.
Natal's throwing so many punches and so much volume that he's not giving Kuiper many opportunities to get off.
He's thrown nearly 60 punches here in this round.
Natal with a takedown attempt this time stuffed.
Yeah, and I mean, he looked for the trip. He doesn't have that same spring in his step as he had in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, his style is like he's jumping, running constantly.
But he gets it.
He gets it. Very nice.
First takedown of this second round for Rafael Natal.
You got to be in some serious shape to fight the way Natal fights.
Again, it's that right leg he'd like to get free. Final seconds of round number 2. Kuiper and Natal are headed to the third and final round.
Michael, staan. Adem. Je doet te weinig, man. Ga staan. Ga staan. Adem eens. Luister eens. Nee, niet gaan zitten. Blijf staan. Luister. Je doet te weinig. Jij loopt er achteraan, maar hij stoot. En jij doet niks. Stoten, man. Luister, hij wil niet met jou vechten. Als je gewoon die takedowns van hem stopt, dan kan hij niks. Waarom laat je het niet gaan? Laat het gaan, man. Goed ademen. Kijk eens. Adem eens. Je bent niet moe, man. Je bent niet moe. Hij is kei kapot ook. Kom op, blijven staan.
Pode derrubar.
Luister.
Usa mais o inside leg kick que o Phil tá falando. Inside leg kick. Tá?
Left inside leg.
Entendeu?
Keep these tight.
Os 2 rounds foram ganhos, tá? Agora só não dá mole. Não quero briga. Tu tá ganhando o round.
But he's coming now.
Vamos lá.
And there's a good right hand by Natal and a takedown attempt. And there is a successful takedown by Natal towards the end of the round.
All right, guys, last round, huh?
All of the mix, Michael. All of the mix.
Third and final round. White trunks for Kuiper, black trunks for Rafael Natal.
Oh, right hand by Kuiper.
Oh, he hurt him.
Left hook behind it.
Kuiper trying to pour it on. Natal might be in big trouble here, Joe. Trying to finish this fight is Kuiper. Some of that is fatigue. The rest of it is the right hand that Kuiper just delivered. And he has found a home for every one of his strikes so far here in the third round.
Natal halfway into an attempted half guard sweep here, but he's frozen, just eating these shots. Big punches by Kuiper.
Natal's only going to be able to handle so much of this. Diaz right on top of the action.
He's got to go under. He's got the opening, that underhook with his left arm. He's got to tuck his head under it between the legs and try to sneak out the back door there, Mike.
Well, also Natal trying to keep his face from getting bothered and getting battered more. Natal has kind of tucked it into the leg of Michael Kuiper. So he's tucking his head in there. So with that, Kuiper starts to work the body.
Well, Kuiper with his judo background has a good solid base, and say that now he underhooked it again. He just doesn't seem to have the energy to really hip up and get all of his weight underneath Kuiper. Oh, he's taking some shots, Mike.
Natal,
big right hand by Kuiper.
Natal trying to close him down and control the posture. Both arms wrapped around the back of Michael Kuiper. Shots to the body by Kuiper, trying to remain unbeaten in his mixed martial arts career. Big start here in the third round for Michael Kuiper.
Mão no bíceps, sabe? Mão no bíceps. A outra. A mão direita no bíceps. Mão direita no bíceps, sabe?
I mean, he has stayed busy here in the third round with great efficiency.
And Natal looks like he's going to be able to get back up to his feet here, and he does.
And now Natal at the midway point of the third and final round is looking to take Kuiper back down. Looking for that double.
Kuiper there, I don't know what he was thinking. He tried to...
Kuiper's gas tank's being challenged right now, too, Joe.
Both guys are exhausted. Natal's got him up, and he's down.
Takedown.
Nicely done, right into side control.
Kuiper may have punched himself out trying to finish this fight early in round 3.
He might very well be right. And he's tired here.
I mean, he threw over 60 punches in that early part of round number 3.
And a full heavy side control here by Rafael Natal. He's going to get that mounted crucifix, it looks like.
Sure tried for it.
Yeah, made the attempt.
If not, he'll take the mount.
Well, he went for a mount attempt right there, but he got blocked.
And there you see Kuiper with that leg up to try to avoid Natal being able to pass to the full mount.
That the left arm of Kuiper is just hanging out there for Natal. Natal chooses to go after an armbar. Stuff the left knee into the side, throw that right leg over the face, and attack that left arm of Kuiper. Looks like Natal has his mind set on full mount.
He waited. You know what? And you've talked about it so many times, Joe. When you're this good at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you can feel just that little bit of space to where your opponent, his body gives you that opening, and boom, you can slap on the full mount, and that's what Natal waited for.
He's going for an arm triangle. Note how he's pressing his body down, and Natal's a killer with this technique. Like, look how he uses his neck.
Trying to finish it.
Very nice. He's stuck over to the side. He's got it. Now he's going to slowly slide down, and he's going to scoot his hips out, putting more and more pressure on that technique. Kuiper's in a lot of trouble with plenty of time to go to finish this. And Natal will slowly sink his hips down and spin around like a clock going counterclockwise, and as he's doing that, he'll put more and more pressure. He wants to get a little lower. You see where his neck is on the elbow? He wants to get his neck all the way down almost to the ground. Now it's better. Now it's tighter.
15 seconds remain.
He may switch to a rear naked choke style grip. Right now he's just got an S grip with his two hands clasped together, and that's why there's some space.
Final
if you see that space in the armpit area, that's allowing Kuiper to stay alive there.
Now Kuiper survives, but Natal may have won this fight. We will await the judges' rendering of their decision as Natal tried to finish it with the arm triangle. But he withstood some punishment early in that round.
That was a great fight. And here is when Natal got hurt. See that right hand by Kuiper? Let's take a look at it again. A right uppercut. Hurt Natal, then some ground and pound here by Kuiper. Big right hand there. And then finally, Natal turns it around, gets that takedown.
Good job, champ.
Eventually acquires full mount. And here he's attacking with that arm triangle. And this is at the end of the fight. He's very exhausted, both men are. And Natal came extremely close to finishing this arm triangle, just did not quite get it low enough. And by low enough, I mean low enough down on the left arm of Kuiper to really close the gap and put the pressure on the neck and the arm and tighten it all together in a tight arm triangle. But an excellent fight.
Rafael Natal, Michael Kuiper go the distance. Here is Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges scored this contest 30-27, 30-27, and 29-28, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Rafael Seppo Natal.
Second UFC victory for the Brazilian. First loss of Kuiper's professional career. Joe will visit with Rafael Natal.
Hey, how you doing, brother? All right, I'm here with the winner, Rafael Natal. First of all, congratulations on an excellent fight. You came very close to finishing with that arm triangle in the final round.
Yeah, man, this is the best submission. I tried to get him, but he's very tough. And he almost sleep, I think, but no worse today, next time.
You got caught with one right uppercut. It seemed like you were hurt a bit in that third round as well. How badly did that get you?
It was bad because it was the beginning of the round. I feel everything is dark, but I can recover because my jiu-jitsu saved me again. I put in the half guard, recover a little bit, After that, I sweep him and make my game.
Well, you recovered. Let's take a look at the end of it here. This is where you had that arm triangle. You had it locked down, just couldn't quite close it off. Was it because this is the end of the fight? You were a little bit tired by this point?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a little tight. I don't have a power for pressure more. That's okay.
Congratulations on a great victory. High five on the towel, ladies and gentlemen.
Guys, I'd like to say thank you all to my family, all to my team. First, my mom birthday 4 days ago. Mãe, parabéns, te amo muito. Robinho, Cadu, Maria, Felipe, toda minha família, meus coaches. Amo muito vocês. Thank you, UFC. Thank you, Joy.
Congratulations.
Rafael Natal, a winner tonight here in Las Vegas by unanimous decision. A rarity in MMA today, Matt Riddle has spent his entire professional career inside the octagon. Tonight, he battles the newcomer, Henry Martinez. Having learned his craft on the job in the UFC, the Ultimate Fighter veteran Matt Riddle appears to have found his niche as one of the welterweight division's most exciting young fighters. In back-to-back brawls with Sean Pearson and Lance Benoist, Riddle has shown a knack for getting into unforgettable fights, and he hopes to keep that streak going against Albuquerque, New Mexico's Henry Martinez, a member of the renowned Jackson MMA team that has produced many stars over the years. Winner of 4 in a row, Martinez has the chance of a lifetime tonight, and he's ready to put it all on the line to extend his streak to 5. Our tale of the tape, Martinez, 3 years the elder of Riddle, who is much taller and will have a 7-inch reach advantage. Martinez taking this fight on short notice. He's excited for the opportunity. Here's Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Herb Dean.
Herb Dean, our referee for this welterweight matchup. The lovely Sean Dillon, Ariani, and Brittany all here tonight inside the Mandalay Bay Event Center. Matt Riddle and Henry Martinez. And here we go. Southpaw against southpaw. Solid white trunks for Riddle. White and black trunks for Martinez, who generally, Joe, fights at 155, but takes this fight on short notice, replacing the injured George Lopez on a few weeks' notice. And when you get a chance to make your long-awaited UFC debut, you'll fight at 170 if you need to.
I'll tell you what, Mike, I like the way he moves. I like that leg kick he landed. I like that right hand behind it. I've talked to my friend Tate Fletcher, who's trained with this young man. He said he is a beast. He's a wild dude, very, very tough guy, great wrestler. And even though he fights at 155, very strong and should be able to hang here at 170.
And Greg Jackson, one of the finest master planners and strategists of all the coaches in MMA today, and they kind of liked the matchup of Martinez's style against Riddle's style. Martinez very skilled and technical on the ground if the fight does go there, but so far he's having solid success with his striking.
Yeah, he's got a real good left leg kick, Mike, and he's landed some good punches to Matthew Riddle's face. You've seen some marks already appearing on the face of Riddle. Good technique with his striking.
Riddle with that long reach advantage.
He's catching Riddle as Riddle throws his shots. He's countering. He's taking advantage of the moment Riddle's done executing his techniques, he's landing his right behind them.
Which is the best way to counter a man who has a reach advantage on you.
Yeah.
Because you can slip and then get inside. And it's not just one punch he's landing, he's throwing punches in bunches on the counter.
Yeah, he's got really solid striking technique, Mike. There's no fat in his technique here. He's throwing everything correctly, hands up high, real textbook style here.
Riddle, a fighter who always likes to entertain. Technically, he has improved on his striking.
Well, those counters of...
Again.
Yeah, the counters that Henry's throwing is really making Riddle think. And when he throws those punches, he's almost anticipating the return, which makes him freeze up a bit.
Which is the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
Because you just stand there in the pocket. Again, there's a good example, Joe.
It's almost like inevitable. You know? It's so hard to avoid. And now Riddle's getting fired up. He's like, come on. And he waved him in.
Instead of snapping that jab back, you're leaving that lead arm out there and allowing Martinez to connect. And he has a little cut under the eye of Matthew Riddle.
Yeah, clearly Martinez is landing the better strikes in these exchanges. But this fight is young.
Yes, it is. And Riddle has the octagon experience in his favor, this being his 9th UFC fight, debut inside the octagon for Henry Martinez.
Really kind of crazy that we were saying that Matthew Riddle has fought his whole career in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. From his very first professional fight. I mean, that's so unusual.
A true rarity.
And maybe I wouldn't even recommend that. I would say, get some fights in other organizations like Martinez has. Fight slowly, see different styles and different takes and different looks, and build yourself up. But Riddle is a tough guy. He's young. He's strong. He's got a lot of confidence, and he took the toughest route possible.
Well, he was on season 7 of The Ultimate Fighter. He was a member of Rampage Jackson's team. Big bunch of punches and bunches by Martinez.
What Riddle needs to do, Mike, is not stop his attack. Instead of just throw 1 or 2 punches, then wait for Henry to return, just keep punching. Go forward. Catch him as he's trying to counter you. Vary your attack.
Riddle was able to fight on the finale. He beat Dante Rivera. Then he won his next 2 UFC fights. It's hard to talk to somebody about going to fight somewhere else when they keep winning inside the octagon.
True, and improving.
Absolutely. Immediately went to Arizona Combat Sports after his time on The Ultimate Fighter. He has since trained back in his home state of Pennsylvania, and now most recently at the Throwdown Training Center right here in Las Vegas for this fight tonight against Martinez.
Well, I like the adjustments he's made. He's made an adjustment defensively. He's recognizing when the punches are coming by Martinez. He's keeping his guard nice and high. And he's leaning in and getting under those shots a little bit better.
Martinez has thrown double the amount of strikes to the head here in the first round, and he has landed nearly 60% of them. Final 10 seconds of the first round.
Martinez again with that left leg kick.
And again the counter, just missed on that knee to Matt Riddle. We'll start in the corner of Matt Riddle.
And don't be afraid to push this guy against the cage. You know what I mean? You're good. You want some water?
Yes, please. Deep rest, man. He's always going down the pace too.
Yeah, he's slowing down. So, hey, remember to stay light on your feet, and then push this guy against the cage. You know what I mean? Get in, jab, and then push him against the cage. Don't let him get off on you first. You're doing fine. Just relax. So
Riddle, move out after
listen, this round, strategically, he's going to come out and try to take you down. You didn't do too well this round, so he's going to try to come in. So be ready for your counter wrestling, okay? Just keep doing what you're doing.
It's there, man.
Two things are there. Let's go.
Guys, let's go.
Getting set for the start of the second round. Fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Joe Martinez is a right-handed fighter, but he's fighting southpaw very much like Matt Hughes used to do, because he's learned to wrestle with his right foot forward, and he's having great success with his striking with what is opposite of his natural stance.
Well, there's a lot of great boxing trainers that actually believe that may be the best way to fight. Bruce Lee always recommended that you fight with your strong hand forward, and now actually Emmanuel Stewart, a great boxing trainer, perhaps one of the best of all time, has been suggesting that boxers start out, instead of in an orthodox stance where your power hand is the behind hand, you lead with that hand as well. Instead, Oscar De La Hoya fights that way. He fights southpaw even though he is a right-handed fighter, and because of that, he has a vicious front hand.
Well, it sure worked in round 1.
It's an interesting thought, that you throw many more punches with that front hand, especially in boxing. Martinez, a nice counter left.
I'll tell you what, and like you said, every time Riddle pushes forward, he's getting hit 1, 2, 3, 4 times.
Yeah, he tagged Riddle right there with a nice left hand. And he's responding very well to his first fight in the octagon. Seems calm and relaxed. He's got good endurance.
Well, he's been around a lot of UFC fighters for a long time. being a member of Greg Jackson's team in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Carlos Condit, who fights out of Team Jackson. So Martinez is in with some of the best in the world on a daily basis. And guys more his size, Cowboy Cerrone and Leonard Garcia and Melvin Gillard. I mean, the list is very long, very distinguished. Now, the one thing we have not seen Riddle do is shoot for a takedown. And he's losing these exchanges on the feet. Like that. Just about to the midway point of this fight, and again, a big left hand lead by Martinez, and Riddle definitely took that one on the jaw. Nearly 60 punches landed at the midway point of this fight for Henry Martinez. Amazingly, Riddle has landed less than 10.
Neither guy with any takedown attempts yet. Both guys content to stand up and bang.
I wonder for how much longer if you're Matt Riddle.
There was at least an attempt to clinch by Martinez.
And right at the end of that first round, Joe, is when Riddle looked to throw the knee, and that would have been the most significant strike in round one from Matthew Riddle. Good kick to the body by Riddle. Born in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Solid jab there by Riddle as well.
8th fight at welterweight. Competed at 185 on the Ultimate Fighter Season 7.
Again, he goes that left kick to the body. Martinez counters nicely with the hands.
Martinez is doing a wonderful job of counter-striking, and that's an understatement. Final minute of round number 2.
And there's that front leg attack. And he goes up high with it as well.
I mean, you've got 6'1" against 5'7", plus the reach advantage is about that same 6 inches. And a big kick to the midsection of Martinez that time by Matt Riddle.
Yeah, Riddle is having some success with his kicks, Mike, particularly that left kick to the body. You see the whole right side of Martinez's body is starting to redden up.
And he would like to continue to do that because that keeps Martinez at distance, and Martinez isn't able to take that and come in and counter like he has when Matt Riddle's thrown the hands.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a very damaging shot. He's through it again.
Riddle looking a little smoother here at the end of the round. Riddle now finding
Riddle's getting fired
his
up
range. Final seconds of the round. Front kick.
Riddle fired up with the kicks.
Look at Matt Riddle pouring it on.
Wow.
What a way to finish round 2.
Wow. Look at him.
Matt, you're doing great when you kick and hit him every time you kick. You got to stop kicking more. Stop boxing. Stop kick boxing. Deep breath.
Just relax. Swallow. You're good. Bring your heart rate down. Yeah, this is awesome. Okay, relax, buddy. This is it. This is your fight to take now. Now what I want you to do is every time you get close to him, clinch this guy. Get dirty. I know.
Slipping.
I know. He is slippery. I know. Keep those hands up. Jab, jab, cross. He's slowing down. You got this round. And we need you to really...
Second round could have been close. Probably got the first. Got to go with the second. We got to get this round, okay? We got this round. You want some water?
Show me some heart, especially the last half of the round. You understand?
You go hard. You win the round, Henry.
Come on,
all the way out, all the way in.
Welterweight battle. Henry Martinez, Matt Riddle. Riddle in the solid white trunks, white and black trunks. For Martinez, there's that body kick again. Third and final round, switch kick again, and he found the ribs.
And Riddle went berserker mode
at
the end of that second round. Let's see if he continues that frantic attack here in the third.
He said in his corner while we were at break that, man, he's slippery. But then again, Matt Riddle's corner said, you're starting to win the striking game, so don't worry about the takedowns, because you're starting to score like he did again right there, Joe.
Well, what he started to do is mix up the punches with the kicks. And as soon as he started doing that, he had much more success, especially that left kick to the body. He threw it there again.
Oh, my.
It's such an advantage for a tall fighter to be able to use his legs. Stephen Thompson, who we saw earlier, land that left high kick, knockout off that front leg roundhouse kick, shows how devastating those techniques can be when incorporated by a tall fighter. Oh, big power there.
That Thompson kick was a prelim earlier tonight, which Joe is referring to. Just over a minute into the third and final round, and a very close fight when you consider the way that Riddle finished round number 2. And again, the kicks.
Powerful leg kick there. He's really attacking with their kicking techniques here, and that really has made the big difference.
He's attacking and he's keeping Martinez out of the range to counterattack, which Henry did so well early in this fight.
Well, you can clearly see that this distance and this difference has frustrated Henry. Henry has lost a lot of his steam that he had going into that second round.
I mean, Riddle has landed twice as many kicks as Martinez has even attempted. Now they clinch. Under 3. Into the body on the switch.
Oh, another nice, powerful left leg kick to the body.
The left leg kick to the body has been his best strike, his most significant strike of this fight, Joe. And he's done it a half dozen times.
He catches a single, full guard, rubber guard.
Now he is very well skilled on the ground. A black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is Henry Martinez.
Riddle's got his back.
But this isn't good. Trying to get the hooks in. Trying to flatten him up.
Sprawl your legs out. Flatten him out. Flatten him out. Grab his elbows. Sprawl your legs out. Here we go. Grab his elbows.
Riddle's trying to flatten him out here now, trying to press down his hips, land some shots in. He'd like to adjust his weight back a bit, Mike. He's a little too high up on the shoulders, and he could slip off the back if Martinez can back up to their feet.
And Matt Riddle kind of felt it. He kind of gave it up, Joe. Wanted to keep control instead of falling off the front because he knew he was too high there.
Oh! Head kick.
He wasn't able to stay chest to back. He felt that obviously he was slipping off Martinez and thus gave up the position. 90 seconds remain in this fight.
Martinez just took a big, deep breath, Mike. You can tell that the pace of this fight and the body kicks of Matthew Riddle are really wearing on him at this point.
Well, Martinez came out guns a-blazing.
Mission control here. And this time he made sure that he didn't allow Matthew Riddle to step over his right leg. The reason why Riddle got his back is because even though he went to the mission control positions, which is where we attack with a bunch of different techniques, especially the omoplata shoulder lock, which he would maybe attempt on the right arm of Riddle. As soon as Riddle passed his right leg and went to side control, that technique was pretty useless. And now he's in the full guard again.
Martinez, a natural 155-pound fighter, taking this fight on short notice in the welterweight division against one of the bigger welterweights in the UFC, and Matt Riddle.
Yeah, I mean, win, lose, or draw, I think he had a really good showing, especially in that first round. But what I'm really impressed is that Riddle made an adjustment. He made a great adjustment, and that adjustment was to use his kicks to tighten up his defense a bit, and came out real strong in that second, and now here in the third.
And right now, late in the round, Martinez unable to control the posture of Matt Riddle, and that results in some good ground and pound for the man in top position, the UFC veteran.
And Riddle is in excellent shape, Mike.
Yeah.
I mean, here we are, a hard-fought 3-round fight in the last few seconds. He's just going off here. Not the most effective strikes, but definitely staying busy. And the crowd seems to love it.
Landed over 50 strikes on the ground in the third and final round at Matt Riddle.
And the move of the fight was in the second round when Matthew Riddle went into berserker mode. Just started attacking with punches and kicks and really turned the tide of this fight, Mike.
With the official decision of the Martinez and Riddle fight, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges scored this contest 29-28 Martinez, 29-28 Riddle, and 29-28 for the winner by split decision, Matthew Deep Waters Riddle.
Riddle victorious by split decision. 2 UFC veterans who love a good old-fashioned brawl are Chris Cope and Matt Brown, and expect them to leave it all in the octagon tonight in their quest to earn the victory. Veterans of the Ultimate Fighter reality show, Chris Cope and Matt Brown have used their striking games to carve out a niche in the UFC. So don't expect them to deviate from what they do best in tonight's pivotal matchup. Winner of 2 of his last 3, California's Cope may not be the most experienced fighter in the UFC, but he makes up for it with his pinpoint accuracy and unmatched enthusiasm. But with 10 UFC bouts to his name, including battles with James Wilkes, Pete Sell, and John Howard, Brown hopes his experience will pave the way to get back on the winning track in spectacular fashion. Our tale of the tape for this welterweight fight. Matt the Immortal Brown, 3 years the elder of Chris Cope. Matt Brown will have a 4-inch reach advantage. Here is Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Kim Winslow.
Kim Winslow, our referee. Matt Brown and Chris Cope. Fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Matt the Immortal Brown in the white trunks. Red trunks for Chris Cope. Cope from season 13 of The Ultimate Fighter. He was on Brock Lesnar's team. Matt Brown, we first met on season 7 of The Ultimate Fighter as a member of Team Forrest Griffin.
Very nice combination, ending with that right round kick by Brown.
Brown stayed in Cincinnati, Ohio, Joe, to train for now his last 3 fights, including tonight. Since the birth of his twins, Hunter and Connor, going to Seattle for 6 or 8 weeks to train with Matt Hume. As much as he respects Matt Hume, he just couldn't stand being away from his family. So he stayed in the Queen City to get ready for his battle with Chris Cope tonight. Cope trains in San Diego, California. They work the clinch.
Good knee to the body there, Mike.
Jeff Clark, the trainer of Chris Cope, said earlier, this guy has an amazing work ethic. He takes literally 1 day off after a fight. And one of his recent fights, he suffered a broken hand, and he still was in the gym after just 1 day off. And we saw great improvement from Chris Cope in between his time on The Ultimate Fighter, when he was eliminated by Ramsey Nijum, and in June of 2011 when he beat Chuck O'Neal on the season 13 Ultimate Fighter finale.
Yeah, it was really pretty dramatic, the improvement. I was very impressed, and I remember, seeing him move around inside the octagon. I'm like, clearly this is a guy who's done some work. And that's one of the greatest things about that show is the pressure of being in the house and being with those incredible trainers and having that unique opportunity. Oh, big knee by Matt Brown. It allows these guys to see the next level of the game and respond accordingly. And Chris Cope clearly responded accordingly and really improved.
And in addition to the world-class training, oftentimes on The Ultimate Fighter, these are young fighters who would like to do this for a living. Nice takedown by Matt Brown. They would like to do this 100% of the time as a living, and they're able to do that for that 6 or 8 or 10 weeks, whatever length of the taping that is for a particular show, Joe. They're able to dedicate 100% of their time to just doing exactly that, being a mixed martial artist.
Yeah, it's an amazing opportunity, not just for exposure, but also for just that alone, having that opportunity to be a full-time professional fighter. Often for these guys, it's the first time they've been able to do this.
And then what they want to do is take that experience and become good enough and successful enough to continue to do it 100% of the time, which is what Matt Brown has been able to take advantage of in Cincinnati for many years. 2 minutes on the clock in the first round. Cope leaning against Brown. A lot of head fighting here being utilized by Chris Cope, and he was controlling Brown for a moment with that head fighting and head control, but now Brown trying to slip down for the takedown.
Nice wide base by Chris Cope. Good takedown defense here.
The wide base forces Brown to look for a single.
Brown's got him up in the air. Let's see if he can sweep that leg. He does.
Nicely done. Right back up his Cope, but he eats a knee.
Yeah, nicely done by Matt Brown, catching him with that knee. Good elbow by Brown over the top.
Brown is good with the clinch situations. Dirty boxing's excellent. And he showed it there a second ago.
I love his intensity.
Yeah.
I love that he just comes at guys and makes them fight. I've never seen a boring Matt Brown fight.
No, I don't think it's in his DNA. I don't think it's possible for Matt Brown to be boring.
Especially if you mess with his chew.
Yeah, so don't do that.
We learned that on the show.
Yes, we did. Oh, nice how he faked the jab towards the face and then came with the hook to the body. Got to be careful not to telegraph that, though, and leave the side of your face wide open.
Coach's trying to get that rhythm back. You see him bouncing around again, trying to get that footwork back. Doesn't want to stand in front of Matt Brown and get in one of those dog fights. That's Matt Brown's style.
That's
very nice leg kick as he caught Chris turning that corner.
And I like how Matt also, he came off center with his head when he threw that leg kick.
Nice leg kick there by Cope.
So that answered by Chris Cope. Cope circling left. Let's see if Brown looks for another right leg kick.
That was a good right hand by Matt.
Yep, final seconds of the round. And the intensity starting to magnify.
Sit down. Mouthpiece. Deep breath. Look at me.
Matt, the Immortal Brown.
Listen, Matt, when you duck your head down and you punch him in the body, he's dropping his hand, so I need you to throw that overhand on his chin. But it's kind of a straight right hand. Okay, straight right overhand. Okay, it's hitting him a lot. Okay. Hey. So when you duck and hit that body, do it.
Combos. All right, we need some combos, no singles, okay? No back and forth stuff. Okay, you need to break the rhythm, you need to be first, combos, hands up and angles.
Remember what we worked against the fence with that one underhook and the hand behind the head and knee?
He's breathing heavy.
You finish your punches, he's moving away. You just chop that leg.
If you get him moving back, you can
like the first one.
We can finish with kicks at the end of your combos.
When he dips his head, I need something short. I need you to hurt.
One more big breath, one more big breath.
Hands up.
One more big breath. One more big breath. Cope, your cardio's great. He's tired.
Jeff Clark, who we talked about earlier, commenting on Chris Cope's work ethic in the corner of Cope in the red trunks. Matt Brown with his team from Cincinnati. Scott Sheely's Iron Tiger in the Throwdown Training Center. Amongst the camps in which he has worked for in preparation for this battle. Kick to the body from Brown.
And he disguised that kick behind the right hand, Mike. I like how he did that. Through the right hand, and then the kick was just shortly behind it.
I mean, you talked about how Matt Brown likes a good old-fashioned dogfight. I mean, he even describes his style as technical brawling. I think that's pretty darn accurate for Matt Brown.
Well, you know, what he does is he takes advantage of that mental toughness that he has and the tenacity that he has, and he just incorporates it into his style of fighting.
Overcame that. Yep. Overcame a lot of challenges earlier in life, and Matt Brown is an example to everyone that if you keep looking to live your dream can come true, and his dream is to be doing exactly this full time. Being a professional mixed martial artist. This is 11th UFC fight. Just under 4 minutes on the clock now, round 2. They both look for the connection. And he got rattled.
Big left hook.
Big left hook to Cope. Cope's in trouble here.
He's in big trouble. That's it. It's over. It's over.
Matt, the Immortal Brown, finishes Chris Cope here in round 2.
Cope is so badly hurt, Mike, he doesn't even know what happened.
You okay? Just lay down just a minute, get your breath. Where are you?
He's just now realizing what happened.
Let's take a look at it, see where the damage was. Was it the right or the left hook that followed? It was the right at the ear, yep.
You can see he's hurt there. And the left hook drops him.
Joe, the right caught him right where your equilibrium goes out.
And then here's a couple solid shots by Brown. And then you see at the end, Cope really had no idea what was going on, was wrestling a bit with referee Kim Winslow. Near the left hook drops him.
Matt Brown, the right hand, caught Chris Cope right behind the ear. And he finishes with the left hook and some ground and pound with the official decision. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Kim Winslow has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 19 seconds of the second round, declaring the winner by knockout, Matt the Immortal Brown.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Matt Brown. Matt, that was a classic Matt Brown performance. You put a lot of pressure on him in the first round, and it seemed like in the second you really started to find your range before you caught him with that right hand.
And that's exactly what I need to be doing. I got away from who I am. I'm back.
What do you mean by you got away from who you are? Your style?
Yeah, some of my fights, you know, I think I just wasn't fighting. You know, always learning new things, you know, just always trying out new things, and this ain't really the place to be trying them out, so enough of that. Now I'm back to
Enough of that. Let's take a look at the classic Matt Brown style. Let's take a look at how you caught him here with this right hand. That's what got him in all sorts of trouble, and then you dropped him here with this left. You knew he was in big danger here.
Yeah, my corner told me in between rounds, and I was kind of feeling it in the first round. His left hand was getting kind of low. Well, I got a right hand to knock out anybody, so I believe you'll see more of that.
All right, well, can't wait to see more of that. Matt Brown, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations.
The Octagon has returned to Las Vegas, Nevada with a battle at 145 between Bruce Leroy, Alex Caceres, and ultra-talented Edwin Figueroa. The son of a former boxer, Edwin Figueroa picked up the family business with little difficulty, running out to an 8-1 MMA record that includes his first UFC win against Jason Reinhart. The victory put El Faraz at 1-1 in the Octagon. But if he wants to add to his win total, the man standing across from him tonight, Alex Caceres, is a formidable foe looking to build his own UFC legacy. Best remembered for his time on The Ultimate Fighter Season 12. The 23-year-old finally found his home in the bantamweight division where he defeated Cole Escovedo. And just like that, the future for Bruce Leroy looks brighter than ever. Our tale of the tape. Caceres 4 years younger than Figueroa, 3 inches taller, and he will have a 4-inch reach advantage. Here is Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Herb Dean.
The veteran Herb Dean, our referee for this bantamweight fight. The beautiful Ariani, Shondella, and Brittany, all here for tonight's UFC prelims.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Caceres and Figueroa, and we are underway. White and red trunks for Bruce Leroy, Alex Caceres, the southpaw. Black trunks for Edwin Figueroa, who has outstanding Muay Thai technique.
Good left hand by Alex.
A very traditional Muay Thai style utilized by Figueroa, who's knocked off his feet momentarily.
Yeah, he's got that traditional style where Bruce Leroy really fights like a karate movie hero.
Yeah, the very long karate and kung fu base style that he caught him where it is not supposed to be.
Oh, that's a bad one. Yeah. That is one of the worst ones we've ever seen. You look at him writhing on the ground in agony like that. This might be the end of this fight. Let's take a look at the replay here, but clearly that was a low shot, and that's absolutely, yep. We see him right away apologizing. This fight, we're going to listen to it here just because our producers are sick. Oh, man, that sounds like a home run. Yeah, he's hurt. This may very well be over.
All right, so you've got time. Okay. So we've started the injury clock. How are you feeling?
He has as much time. He has 5 minutes, but he has time to try to recover as Herb Dean talks to Edwin Figueroa.
Yeah, I mean, when you take a shot that hard, he might not ever be able to recover. I mean, he might be injured. Look at that.
He's trying. Wow.
Take your time.
And accidental. Absolutely 100%.
If he comes back,
unintentional was Caceres.
If he can come back and fight after that's truly amazing. Because he was in agony. But if there's anything we know about Edwin Figueroa is that he is tough.
How much time's been on the injury clock?
150. Okay, he adds up to 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
We're a couple minutes into the time in which Figueroa is permitted to recover, and it looks like he's going to do exactly that. It's been 2 minutes that Edwin Figueroa has tried to regather himself.
Yeah. It's a strong warning.
I know. I saw it when it happened.
It's a strong warning.
A strong warning given by Herb Dean. But that's also the danger of the southpaw against the orthodox fighter with the inside leg kick.
The inside leg kick is just one of those things. It's so close to the cup. There's any movement, especially the way MMA fighters stand. They stand a bit more square. It's such a common.
You ready to fight?
Accident.
Figueroa's ready to continue. And the battle goes on. Now, the interesting thing is, after the strong warning, is Caceres now concerned about throwing another inside leg kick?
Well, you know, he gave him a strong warning, but the bottom line is it's absolutely accidental, and it can happen to anyone, and it happens all the time. The only thing that a fighter can do to prevent that is there's some other cups out there that have a bit of better support and better protection than the standard jockstrap cup. And Edwin should look into those, especially the steel cup, the Thai steel cup, which are Thai.
And he is a Thai fighter.
Yeah, but a lot of guys, they like the jockstrap one because it's easier to put on, it's more comfortable. Of course, Diamond MMA has a nice setup as well, as does Jocko. Compression shorts with the cup. Figueroa so far showing no ill effects of that inadvertent low kick.
That's a high kick right there. Looking for the head was Alex Caceres. It glazed off the right hand of Edwin Figueroa. Very karate and kung fu based striker, as we mentioned earlier. Very long and lean. And he got
caught with a big head kick.
And now trying to finish is Edwin Figueroa. Figueroa looking to win this fight right
trying
here.
To connect. Alex is in all sorts of trouble. Can he clear the cobwebs in time?
Now looking for the choke. Slipping away is Caceres.
This is allowing Caceres to clear his cobwebs. The fact that he's on his back here and not standing up. He's still dazed though, Mike. Still dazed. Tagged again. Oh!
Pouring it on is Figueroa. Connecting with the head kick. And rocking Alex Caceres here in the first round.
That was a big shot too, Mike. That's one of those shots where Caceres might go back to his corner and not even know what happened. He may be fighting on instincts right now.
Now looks like he's recovered, Joe, as now he is the one trying to gain a good position.
Caceres going to the back. He's got the rear naked.
Trying to choke out Edwin Figueroa.
He's trying to get his hooks in.
What a crazy first round of this fight, slipping out the back.
Figueroa, yep, out the back door. Caceres back up to his feet.
Too high was Caceres. He didn't have his chest on the back of his opponent.
Well, the real issue, Mike, is he didn't have control of the body. He didn't have hooks.
And he was looking to put him in, too, and Edwin did a nice job of preventing that from happening.
He's trying to get his back again. Very high on the back. This time, though, he's done a real good job of securing the position with his legs. He doesn't have the arm under the chin yet.
Got one hook.
He's turning into a neck crank. He can get it right here. He can get it right here.
He's got a lot of time to work.
Lost it again.
Let's see what Caceres does to transition here.
He switches to a body triangle. He's got the body lock, but Figueroa does a great job of turning his body towards where that triangle is locked up, putting pressure on the knees and the ankle. Now Alex has it in a great position.
He'll try to soften up Figueroa. Nope, he's going to lose it.
Full mount. Very nicely done. May go to a triangle here. Triangle opportunity. Nope, lost that. Caceres taking the back again. Caceres, okay, neck crank here. Neck crank, nope. It does not have the hands grip correctly. He's going to switch to a gable grip.
Locked up the body again.
Caceres, yeah, doing a really good job of controlling these ground positions.
15 seconds now remain here in round one. What a crazy round.
Look how easily Caceres moves from the back to the mount.
Final seconds of the round. Yeah, he has a definitive advantage on the ground.
What an exciting round.
What a crazy first round.
Sube la mano cuando esté caminando para atrás, Ale. Okay. All right. Okay, dame más peace. Respira profundo. Ok, ponle de atrás. Ahí. Ok. Mantén control de la pelea. Cuando fuiste atrás, bájate la mano. Por eso fue que te cogió el golpe. Ok. No, sí, beautiful. Pero ahora tenemos que tener más control. Ok. Usa bien esa mano derecha que la estabas usando bien desde el principio. Ok. Ok, mantén control de la pelea. Take it easy, all right?
Looking awesome. All right, deep breathing. Okay?
Eso es, vamos.
Good to go.
Edwin.
Edwin, you know what we do. Let's go, take your bucket, clean up this ring. Let's go. Give it up.
Right there. Thank you.
And here's the head kick. Boy, perfect position. And Alex Caceres did a great job of recovering from that because, man, he was as close to going out as you can get and wound up dominating the ground fighting in the rest of the round.
Transitioning from position to position, trying the neck crank, looking for a multiple variety of submissions, most of them chokes. Had the hooks in, had the body triangle, but was unable to finish Figueroa. And on the feet, Figueroa swinging to try to finish his fight.
Figueroa looking for that wild head kick again.
Yeah, he wants to connect. And he does with the right hand. What you have is a calculated Alex Caceres and an Edwin Figueroa.
That was a clean shot. Fight.
Trying to throw everything with very ill intention. Nicely done. Combination finished with the head kick.
Figueroa got dazed by that, Mike. He's trying to clear his eyes. You see him opening his eyes and trying to focus. He may have gotten a lot more dazed than than Alex realizes.
Alex fighting for the second time at 135. Defeated former champion of the WEC, Cole Escovedo, in his bantamweight debut back in November of 2011 in Anaheim.
You know, seeing what kind of dominance Alex had on the ground, I'm really surprised he doesn't just try to drag Edwin to the ground immediately here in the second.
I agree, Joe. If it's 50-50 on the feet and it's 90-10 on the ground, why not go to the ground?
Yeah, well, I think Alex doesn't feel like it's
50-50, right?
I think he probably feels like he has an advantage. And he did land that high kick. He's getting his timing down, but I just think, there he goes, another solid kick. But you got to always worry with Figueroa. There, you know, Figueroa's a killer. Well, but on the ground, Alex dominates it.
Well, the statistics show us that they're pretty much dead even with their efficiency.
Oh, no.
Dead even with their efficiency on the feet. Timeout, Figueroa caught again.
Oh, man. Let's see it one more time. No doubt about it, though. Yep.
This reminds me a little bit of Brock Lesnar's training partner, Chris Tuchscherer.
Yes, in the Gabriel Gonzaga fight.
Right, yeah.
Very, very similar situation. And Tuchscherer, he went on, but he was badly, badly injured because of those low shots. Very good point.
Yeah, and then Gabriel finished the fight. But Chris showed a lot of courage to try to come back from those shots, but certainly wasn't the same fighter.
Yeah.
After he got hit unintentionally by Gonzaga there.
You got time.
Twice.
Don't worry about that. What we want to know right now is how are you feeling?
This can't be that fun for Edwin Figueroa.
Nope, it's got to suck. I've been kicked there 100 times at least, many more. You know, and it's a terrible feeling because even though you get up and you walk around, you're weakened.
Right.
You're unquestionably weakened. It's a terrible design by Mother Nature.
If you can talk to these guys. Over there.
90 seconds into his allotted recovery time, about 3 minutes on the clock, exactly 3 minutes remaining in the second round.
How much time are we in? 2 minutes and 5 seconds?
28 significant strikes landed by Bruce Leroy, 26 by Edwin Figueroa.
You got quite a bit of time left.
A little better percentage of accuracy for Caceres.
5 minutes if you want. That's up to you.
Now on the ground,
we're 2 minutes and 5
it was night and day.
Is there going to be a third time, or?
That's not what we're talking about yet.
As Caceres controlled nearly half of the first round on the ground. So you want to be an ultimate fighter.
Yeah, Figueroa right now, a lot must be going through his mind here. Look, you see as he leaned down to crouch. You can see he was in some pain as he just did that. He's trying to recover, relax, and see where he stands.
Nearly 3 minutes into his time allotted to try to recover from the low shot. He can take up to 5 minutes in this situation.
3 minutes?
Right now, he may be regathering his mind as much as he is regathering his body.
You know, I mean, he's just standing there. It doesn't look like he's hurt. But folks who've never been kicked there before, it's just a sick feeling in the bottom of your stomach, and it absolutely weakens you. If you're playing a video game and you looked at Edwin Figueroa's power bar right now, it would be significantly weakened.
There goes my kicks. This shit hurts on the squat.
You ready to fight? Yeah, hold on.
All right, Herb Dean says, are you ready to fight? He says yes. Let's listen in.
I think he's going to take a point away at this point. .2
Wow. Okay, so he went from a strong warning to 2 points.
I took 2 points. All right.
Okay, that tells me, in a lot of ways, Joe, that Alex Caceres may have just been put into position where he needs to finish this fight to win.
Yeah.
2 points.
Yeah.
I don't think I remember seeing that ever before. I've seen a point deducted, but 2 points deducted. Oh! But now Caceres, his game plan is simple. Finish this fight, get the victory, let's get out of here. And Figueroa is still not back to 100%, as you somewhat alluded to, Joe.
Big knee by Alex.
Caceres with the hands now, uppercut. Caceres all over Figueroa.
Caceres drags him down to the ground. He's taking his back. So look how easily he controls him on the ground. I mean, Figueroa really needs some work on his ground game, Mike.
Gonna try to choke him out right here.
Doesn't have it under the chin.
Gonna try to get that left arm underneath the chin. And then connect his own hands.
Yeah, he may go to a gable grip here and just turn it into a neck crank. That is available if he can't get under the chin. Goes to the body lock.
Caceres, we knew, was ever improving and had an advantage on the ground coming into this fight, and that he would look for submission attempts, and he has done so throughout this entire matchup.
Yeah, he keeps trying to get the neck, but Edwin's doing a real good job of tucking his chin, but he's eating punches. His nose is bleeding now. And Alex is crushing his abdomen with that body lock.
He's going to try to finish it right here.
Yeah, nope. He can't get it. You know, Edwin's tough. He's scrappy.
And remember, 2 points were deducted from Alex Caceres.
But you see, one of the things that Edwin's doing so wisely is he keeps trying to turn towards where Alex Caceres has that body lock locked up in a triangle position. Oh, he turned it to an armbar. Armbar. Can't get that left leg across the face, though. He's adjusting.
6 submission attempts for Caceres. This will be his 7th.
Triangle. He's got to push that right arm out of the way. The right arm is blocking it. May switch to an omoplata. May attack the left arm in a shoulder lock. He's going to have to scoot his hips out sideways. Armbar again. Triangle. Now triangle. Now full triangle.
30 seconds on the clock here in the round.
Grab a hold of his right foot, pull it down, lock it in place. Wow, a lot of scrambling on the ground here by Alex, but really did not take advantage of the position. Really had a full lock triangle there, just didn't adjust and grab a hold of his foot.
Final seconds of round 2.
Power kick by Figueroa. A lot of blood coming out of the nose of Figueroa, Mike.
Crazy fight.
Nice job. Él queda más con esas patadas, ¿ok? Sí. ¿Eh? Ok. Dale agua. Vamos a llevarnos este round, pero súper bien, ¿ok? Acuérdate. Ok, finish this guy, man. Okay.
I'm just stay aggressive this round. If you do anything for me, stay aggressive.
Get up.
You want more water?
He can't knock you out, Edwin.
Edwin, you can win.
Here, let me put some
spot. Edwin, you can win it, but you got to pick it up for me. Come on, you can pull it through. Show me some of that heart, Edwin.
Take it out. Let's go.
Show me some of that heart.
Take all this stuff out here. Take all this stuff out.
Get that swab. All right, come on, Charlie.
So, Joe, I think you could make the argument that both the rounds went to Alex Caceres, but yet 2 points were deducted. So we have 5 minutes left in what could be an even matchup right now, right?
What a crazy fight. It very well could be an even matchup. But
on the scoring cards because of the 2 points taken away.
But you have to look at the damage in the first round by that head kick. That was the closest that either fighter had come to finishing the fight. And even though Alex dominated the ground aspect of the fight, never came close to finishing the fight the way that Figueroa almost did with that devastating head kick.
I mean, if there was...
So who knows? It's arguable.
Exactly. But if there was ever a time to heed Dana White's advice to every fighter and not leave it in the hands of the judges, this is the time right now.
But you can clearly see Figueroa is exhausted, and a lot of that is because of those powerful shots that he got hit in the groin with. No doubt about that. They've taken something out of him.
And if he does win this fight, it will be purely on guts and heart and determination to work his way through those shots.
Spinning back kick attempt by Alex.
He's been able to fight off nearly 10 submission attempts by Alex Caceres. Tried to fake the spin and then come and go to the body. Third and final round of this bantamweight fight. Nice Superman punch. Faked that he was going to kick to the body and led with that left hand. Under 3.5 now remains.
Good inside leg kick by Figueroa.
stiff right hand knocked him down.
Alex got his back. Figueroa, I think he was trying to dive under and go for a leg lock here. Alex has got standing back mounts. He's taking his back. He's going to put the body lock in. He's got the triangle in place. He's had his back so many times in this fight, but it shows you just how scrappy Figueroa is and how good he is at defending. He keeps tucking his chin, hand fighting, and not allowing Alex to get underneath his chin. But he is taking some punches, and he had a lot of blood coming out of his nose at the end of that second round from Alex having his back and hitting him with these punches, trying to soften him up and create room for the choke.
You know, a moment ago, Caceres had that left foot behind the knee, and that was helping him to maintain position. He lost it for a moment, but he's still trying to crank on the neck of his opponent.
Well, he keeps going to the rear naked style where you have the palm on the bicep, but sometimes in this position where you can't get underneath the guy's chin, you can still finish him, but you have to switch to a gable grip, and then you press with your chest, and you pull. Oh, Alex dropped down. Look at that. And he got out of it. Look at this. Figueroa with a quick escape, but Alex right back on him. But there's an adjustment that you can make where you can get a guy in a neck crank.
Gutty performance by Edwin Figueroa, Joe, as you mentioned.
And again, there's some guys that do that neck crank even with the traditional rear naked position, like Shinya Aoki. He does a neck crank where he doesn't even have to get it under your chin. He just gets your face and crushes your head. Twists your neck sideways and crushes your head.
Now, under 90 seconds remains in this fight. Remember, Alex Caceres had 2 points deducted by referee Herb Dean.
Armbar.
Stand up and let him go.
Alex is so dominant on the ground. He's going to slide that right leg over and get a triangle. I see so many opportunities for him.
Here we go. Let him go. There you go.
Figueroa with a big punch.
Figueroa trying to score points here late. Less than a minute on the clock. 9 submission attempts.
Come on, he ain't Bruce Leroy. Let's go.
On our official statistics have gone unsuccessful for Alex Caceres.
Let's go. Push your leg out the way. Got 40 seconds.
Triangle again. Now he's got it nice. Whoop, missed it. Try it one more time.
Back it off, man.
The triangle is there. The triangle is there. He just has to lock it in. Over and over again. Figueroa is giving. Oh, Figueroa dropped down for a knee bar. But he made a mistake. They allowed Alex to defend instantly. See how Alex immediately locked the foot underneath his knee in a triangle position? Great defense and immediately takes the back.
Final 10 seconds of this fight.
I mean, a scrappy fight that was unfortunately sort of defined by those 2 low kicks,
yes.
But a great fight nonetheless.
And those 2 low kicks could have a lot to do with who has their arm raised in a moment. Will it be Alex Caceres or Edwin Figueroa?
Those 2 points and probably the head kick. The head kick in the first round, which, by the way, Alex Caceres did not even know that he had gone 3 rounds. This head kick right here really could have put Alex out, and Alex recovered because of his great conditioning, but really never knew that he had even gone through this. When he went through the 3rd round, the bell rang, he was saying, "You're lying to me. That wasn't 3 rounds."
Alex Caceres, Edwin Figueroa go the distance. Caceres had 2 points deducted by referee Herb Dean with the official decision. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score this contest 28-27, Figueroa, 28-27, Caceres, and 28-27 for the winner by split decision, Edwin El Feroz Figueroa.
Joe, exactly what we talked about. Those 2 points turn out to be very critical, and it helps Edwin Figueroa to earn a very gutsy win by split decision in a gutsy performance. Max Holloway officially becomes the youngest active fighter in the UFC as he faces off with rapidly rising star Dustin the Diamond Poirier. Considering that he's been training in MMA since he was a sophomore in high school, it's really no surprise surprised that Hawaiian newcomer Max Holloway has made it to the UFC, where at just 20 years old, he is the youngest fighter currently on the roster. But despite his youth, Holloway has shown off some very mature skills as he's won all 4 of his pro bouts. Tonight, he takes a big step up against Dustin Poirier, one of the featherweight division's fastest rising stars, and one who has already sent Josh Grisby, Jason Young, and Pablo Garza down to defeat. But when you're 20 years old and unbeaten, when the bell rings, anything can happen. Our tale of the tape for this featherweight fight. Dustin the Diamond Poirier just turned 23 years old. Max Holloway, 20 years old, the youngest active fighter in the UFC today. Poirier will have a 3-inch reach advantage. Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Steve Mazzagatti.
Steve Mazzagatti, our referee. The beautiful Ariani. Shondella Brittany. Dustin the Diamond Poirier against 20-year-old Max Holloway. Holloway in the black trunks, blue trunks for Poirier, the southpaw. Poirier with a late kick early. 4-0 as a professional is Max Holloway, a very scrappy Hawaiian who replaced Ricardo Lamas on 4 weeks' notice. Dustin Poirier was originally scheduled to fight Eric Koch, then Lamas, and now he gets Holloway, and he's off to a good start against the Hawaiian.
I'll tell you what, the first views that we're getting here of Max Holloway, I like his technique. I like the way he holds his hands. His movement is excellent. Looks like a very seasoned striker.
Well, some have said he resembles Anthony Pettis, who was a teammate of Eric Koch's. In fact, Jeremy Stevens brought Max Holloway to San Diego from Hawaii to help him prepare for his fight against Anthony Showtime Pettis. So if we've got a young Anthony Pettis, man, Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier, could be 3 rounds of this back and forth. Because Poirier has really shown to be one of the most rapidly rising stars at 145 in the UFC today.
Spinning back kick attempt by Max.
Holloway may be 4-0, Joe. And that means only 4 fights, but his 4 opponents have over 100 combined bouts. He's been in there with guys with a ton of experience, maybe not with a man as talented as Dustin Poirier, though. Flying
He's wild, though, man.
Yeah,
He's really taking it to Poirier. Look at this, Poirier looking for a takedown.
Well, and this is what happened when Jason Young started to have some success on the feet against Poirier. Poirier took him down, used his wrestling, and got the decision.
But great takedown defense here by Holloway. I really like how he stuffed that first attempt by Poirier. Using very good use of, Poirier got him there. Nicely done by Poirier into half guard, into full mount here.
Wow, just like that. Advances right over into the full mount. He's got his opponent flattened out.
And as we said, Poirier very big for 145 pounds. Probably closer to 160 now after he's rehydrated.
Trains with UFC veteran Tim Crater, a longtime Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He's been doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu a long time as Poirier, so he does have submissions.
The right arm of Max Holloway is in jeopardy. And Poirier is scooting his hips up towards it. Holloway's getting up against the cage though now. And I suspect he may try to hip escape, get a knee through. He's trying to do that, and that's why he's taking a pounding. And he's got to be careful in this transition that he doesn't give up his back. And what Holloway wants to do is, when he can, while defending, he wants to get a hand on the hips. Now he's going to use the cage and push, and try to scoot out the back door.
Almost did.
But he's going to give up that arm. That arm that I was talking about earlier. Yep, he's got it. That's it.
This is trouble. Trying to finish this fight right here is Poirier.
He needs to get that right leg across the face. Turns it into a triangle. He had the issue there, Mike, was his right leg was across the back of the head instead of the front. Now he's got it.
This
mounted, triangle, arm bar at the same time. He's going to break his arm.
It is all over.
Yes, brilliant.
Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
Brilliant job by Poirier.
Goes to 4-0 inside the octagon.
Clear ground dominance by Dustin Poirier. and he hands the young Max Holloway his first loss. But I'll tell you what, Max looks very promising. He's only 20 years old. I'm sure he's going to be back, and I'm sure he's going to learn from this experience, tighten up that ground game, and come back. He's only a white belt in jiu-jitsu, really a beginner in the ground game, and you can see there that Dustin Poirier, when it came to the ground, he was superior. You see here, here's the issue. The right leg should have been across the face. If he had it across the face, then Max would have never gotten out of this position, but he turned it right into a triangle, then eventually mounted him with this triangle, rolls him over here, and then as he gets the mount with the triangle, then he has an arm bar and a triangle at the same time, fully mounted on him, and Max Holloway forced a tap there. He's going to get his arm broken if he didn't.
23-year-old Dustin Poirier finishes 20-year-old Max Holloway with the official decision. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Steve Mazzagatti has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 23 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by tap out due to a submission from a triangle armbar, Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
4-0 inside the octagon. Here's Joe.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Dustin Diamond Poirier, with a nasty mounted triangle armbar combination. Very, very nice technique. How happy are you with this victory?
Man, I'm happy. You know, I came in here to get a win, and I finished the fight. You know, I'm 4-0 in the UFC now. I mean, come on, guys. I'm here for real. I just showed it again. You know, I train hard. Like I said before, I don't cut corners. I'm here to be a champion, man. One punch at a time, I'm going to be a champion.
And 2 submission victories in a row. Let's take a look at it here. You got the triangle from the bottom. You rolled him over into the mount, and this is just a whole lot of death. You had everything here. Mounted, triangle, armbar. Had him forced to tap here. Really, an excellent display of dominance on the ground.
Thank you, man. You know, he's tough. He's a great kickboxer. He's been training since he was like 15 or 16. So he's been kickboxing for a while. You know, a lot of people didn't know about him, but I took him very serious. I trained for him as if I was training for Anderson Silva. You know, this is my life. I don't mess around in my training camps.
Congratulations on another impressive victory. Look forward to seeing you again. Dustin Poirier, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm telling you what, this man has turned into a true contender. Poirier 4-0.